Hey everybody, it's Party Elite. Welcome you back to another episode of our Planet Zoo franchise mode Let's Play. We're going to dive right back into Elite Zoo North and hopefully complete some of our tasks. Let's dive on in, no time to waste with a prolonged introduction, but as the loading screen loads us in, just want to say a couple of things. For one, as long as the weather is good, we're actually going to be diving into a time lapse basically immediately today, unlike the last session where we waited, 16 to 20 minutes before diving into a time lapse. We should be kicking things off with one today, and then we're going to get into some management stuff. We're going to take care of our exhibit animals because they've kind of been neglected for the last little while. We're going to make sure that our sheep are having a good time, and we're going to try and make sure that our guests are able to actually, come through properly and they're enjoying the new exhibit and some other things from prior days as well. Particularly, well, I'll get into that later, but my point being is we're going to try and build some more loops for people to walk through. We're going to try and take care of the animals and the whole thirst situation. Many of you pointed out in the comments that apparently, yes, the vet did help last session. I just missed it because of my impatient nature. Some of you are really starting to notice my impatience coming through every once in a while. That's definitely a consistent flaw I have, even in all like the strategy games I play and stuff, is I get too eager and I push too aggressively. And so when that thirst level was staying low, it was a mix of being completely impatient, but also because at a time like that, impatience would have been very expensive. We would have lost another animal. Expensive in like, not in a financial sense, of course. So many of you have started noticing that, but many of you have also pointed out that it did in fact work. So that's good to know. We can then actually go around and pick out all of our, severely dehydrated animals and have them, call a vet and have them taken to the quarantine facility and then have them be cleared. And apparently in quarantine, they get taken care of, or like last session, when the vet came through, it seems to have solved the problem as well. So let's go ahead and try both of those things. Why not? Well, actually, hold on. Shreya is... Why are you listed twice? Once is thirsty and once is severely dehydrated. We got all these thirsty elephants too. I mean, it's going to be some taken care of. It looks like the vet comes to the enclosure, not the individual animals. So we'll see what works and what doesn't. And we're also going to take care of the orangutan enclosure. It does need a little bit of work. To ensure that they're not able to escape consistently. Might actually do that during the same time lapse. On which note, folks, like I said, we're going to begin with a time lapse. We're going to beautify this enclosure, try to get it done to 100%. And we're also going to, maybe fill out some gaps here and there where necessary. Hopefully, y'all are excited for that, because once that's done, today's session, maybe we'll have a second time lapse today, though realistically speaking, it'll probably be the next session where we go back over here and we add the pangolins. Pangolin. Not exactly sure where the stress is in that word, but that's something we got to do over here. I'm looking forward to building another small, intimate enclosure for them before again we go back and forth. We'll see what animal we do next. Probably the reindeer, and then back here for what the Formosan bear, or maybe the Japanese macaque. I mean, I'll see. We'll think about that. That's in the future, though. Shall we? Is it time to dive on into our time lapse? I believe it might be. Yeah. Let's not waste any time. Let's do it. All right, folks. I am really quite pleased with this time lapse. We get a lot done. The end result. In fact, I belabor the point a lot after the time lapse, so I'm not going to belabor it now, but I'm very happy with the end result. Let's leave it at that. A lot of rock placement and stuff that happens at first, and while we're doing that, just some little things to share, because why not? It was actually pointed out in the comments of the previous episode that I hadn't shared a fun fact about, the sheep or anything, and I was like, hey, good point. I've got one, but I for some reason I felt like I'd already shared it before, but maybe that was a different thing. This is one of my... When I learned this, I had to share it with everybody like 10 times because I thought it was that adorable. So apparently, and again, I don't know for 100% sure if this is entirely accurate, but based on what I've like learned and read and whatnot, apparently you can actually herd sheep and goat together. So like just picture that in your mind, right? Like fluffy, floofy, adorable sheep and, goats, like the such symbols of like, virility and stuff like that. So you can herd them together. And when you herd them together, they will collectively have an alpha between both species. It's not like they'll each have their own alpha. They will collectively have one alpha. And apparently, well, I'm going to take a guess as to who you expect the alpha would be. Now, apparently, more often than not, if not always, the sheep ends up being the alpha. And the reason for that is that when sheep and goats fight to assert dominance, the goat always rears onto its hind legs, and the sheep always sort of bends down. So a goat will go up on its hind legs and then headbutt downwards, while sheep will sort of kneel and then headbutt upwards. So what ends up happening, provided appropriate timing, the sheep ends up headbutting the goat right in the gut, coming out on top. The first time I heard this, I lost my mind, because when I think of sheep, now, okay, sheep they get really kind of, bulky and beefy. Like, sheep muscle can be insane. But when I picture sheep in my head, I picture cute, adorable, soft, fluffy animals. And then meanwhile, goat in my head are those beefy, tough animals. But when they fight, apparently, more often than not, it is the floofy sheep that wins the day because of the headbutting angle. So there you go. There's a little fun fact for you related to sheep. I've verified this in the past, but that was so long ago that it's a little fuzzy for me, like the details. But I actually want to double check it now. But it's an adorable little story I've heard, and I just can't get it out of my head. It's one of those things that I don't think I'd ever forget, because how cute is the image, right? Anyway, folks, back on topic over here. So we did a little bit of rock placement. You saw me adjust a couple things here and there, get some more trees down. But this was actually the result of something that was suggested in the comments by a couple of you at least. The idea that why not have a bit of a glass dome perhaps, or maybe a glass roof that the animals can, walk over, and it gives them more room to run around. And I immediately fell in love with the idea, honestly. It's just like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I thought it'd be interesting to try and tie it in. Not like I wanted to tie it in to a high enough spot that the sheep would have to climb to get to it, but not too high that the view is less impressive. Because if they climb on top of the roof and they're like, kilometers above you, they're so far away. They're too far away for you to enjoy the different perspective, in my opinion at least. Whereas if they're above you, but they're low enough that, you could recognize the shadow they cast, for example, I think that's pretty cool. So, I kept it like, a decent height, I would say. It's like not too high, not too low. I think I've got the right height there, and it actually worked out quite nicely with the layout we already had. I didn't have to change the terrain too much or anything. Though you'll see I adjust this, I rotate it a bit so it works a bit more nicely with the path underneath it. But yeah, really happy with the idea, and the animals actually do use it as well, so it's cool. It's nothing too complicated like the crossing over at Orangutan or anything like that, but it is that extra touch of interest that the enclosure needed, I think. So it's that cherry on the cake, or whatever dessert you prefer. But yeah, really happy with how that's turned out. And then it's time to put down the education boards and stuff. I figured I'd pull in one of the non-animal specific education boards as well, because we haven't been doing that too much, and I certainly should. And you'll notice I also changed the color of the TVs, a bit of an exclusive treatment these doll sheep are getting, just because I felt like the white TV frame, the white bezel looked a little bit nicer actually. It complemented where you just came from, which was very full of snow and whatnot, and then it works nicely with the wood as well, rather than just a black bezel. Anyways, moving on to the name. There were a lot of interesting suggestions. There always are, really, but one stood out, and I had to go with it. Mount Denali is the name of this enclosure, and it is based off of Mount Denali. Now, Mount Denali used to be Mount McKinley until it got renamed, some could say, to Denali, which is the Co-Yukon Athabascan term for the mountain, and it means the high one. And it's more than just that. It's more than just a mountain and a word. It has close ties to the Co-Yukon origin stories, actually. Origin story sounds like it's a Marvel movie. Creation myth. That's the word. Creation myth, you know, like where we came from. Thought it was a beautiful suggestion, and it's a pun. So, you know, you got me there. Yeah, it's a 1-2 punch. Things I love. So that's not actually something I was familiar with, but it is specific to the Co-Yukon Athabascan languages and natives of the appropriate region as well. So thought I would get that in there. We're definitely seeing a theme up there with Nanook and Mount Denali, and I thought that would keep that, you know, we'd keep that theme going. But that's that for that enclosure. Actually, I didn't want to do too much to it. I didn't want to overburden it with too much, you know, architecture and constructs. But we did want to come back over here and fix this up. And there was a great suggestion about just putting down a glass floor over here or something, and I figured, you know what, yeah, let's go with that. Put down the glass floor, and now they should not be able to escape anymore, at least not from this angle. And I also replaced our little bridge because it was pointed out, and I'd been feeling it, but I think I just like kept that emotion bottled in. But the bridge, as you know, interesting as it might have been, just wasn't looking right. Like, it looked fine, but the way the animals were interacting with it was really kind of bad, horrendous even. I'm going to drop the H-bomb. Whoa, that's not what I meant. The H-bomb's an actual thing. But yes, it was horrendous. It's a word that I don't like to use very often, which is why, that was unintentional. Anyway, on to better things. We're actually going to build the loop over here as well. Many of y'all have been pointing out for a while that loops get visitors to travel through areas more. So I figured, well, we're going to be building a loop over here. And I think I mentioned it last session as well. If we're going to build a loop, why not just do it right now during this time lapse? And I actually am really happy with the overall shape we end up with this loop. Obviously, the reindeer enclosure is going to happen over here. And to those of you that are asking, there is unfortunately no caribou in the game. It has to be reindeer. And they are similar but different. But yeah, so our reindeers are going to go here. And the... well, I give you details about my plans for that later, but I'm pretty happy with the shape of this loop overall, and we actually go ahead and decorate our staff facilities here too to make sure that their negative impact radius is reduced. Add some trees, put down our, you know, log cabin aesthetic, you know, decor, if you will, and yeah, it really does a really impressive job of reducing the negative impact. So much so that we actually get it completely off the path to the side there. So really happy with the placement of this, really happy with the shape of the loop. And I think now in today's session, unfortunately, it doesn't see too much traffic, but I think once we get the reindeer in, we'll see a lot more traffic coming through the loop over here. And that will hopefully draw people in through the polar bears to Aurora Borealis, down around Mount Denali, and then down past the reindeer. We'll have to figure out a name for that enclosure and stuff as well, but we'll do that, you know, once the enclosure is built. That's not next session. Next session, we're going back to East Asia, right? But yeah, really pleased with how this is coming together. I mean, it's finally... I'm happy, and I hope y'all are as well. I'm happy that we decided to do regions at a time. Because now this region feels, you know, complete. Well, not complete, but it feels like it is a unit rather than just this weird hollow space. Anyway, folks, that's the time lapse. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know. All right, folks, we are back from the time lapse, and I'm really pleased with that one. Actually, I was honestly a little worried about that one. I was like, is there enough to do? Maybe we will do 2 time lapses, etc., etc. And then I really got into it, and I'm really happy with how it's all kind of come together. Mount Denali. Love the name. I'm sure I explained it during the time lapse, but I really like how it's laid out. I love actually, and I was trying to show this during the time lapse, but I'm sure it went by too quickly. But I love the transition from this like snowy, you know, winter wonderland, if you will, to a bit more. I wouldn't call it temperate, but maybe temperate looking zone as you kind of transition, and you've got this composition over here. I really like this actually. There's something about this which is. The composition of the whole thing, the lighting, the position of the sun, the use of white TV frames as well to bring the snow color and texture down to eye level a little bit. I don't know. I'm really pleased with it. I'm really pleased with it. And then over here, I caught this moment as well where like if you stand close to the edge here, you can see that interaction of the drinking, which is really neat. You can see both of them over here as well. And again, when we add more of them, there'll be so much of roaming around going on. So I think that's really cool. And if they so happen to travel overhead, I think that would be amazing. Again, a great suggestion from the comments, and immediately I was enamored by it. So thank you for that, of course. But yeah, I'm really pleased. I'm really quite pleased. And on top of that, I'm really quite pleased the fact that we could build this little connection over here where people can go underground to transition from Mount Denali to what is going to be the reindeer enclosure. So this is starting to give us a bit more of a shape for our reindeer enclosure. Trying to figure out exactly how to build it. Again, I don't want it to be too large. What we might do is build their like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like resting area, hard shelter and stuff. There it is, over here. So as you walk by, you can kind of see them sleeping and stuff over here. And then this area is going to be their play pen, their play space. And we'll have it sealed off from the facilities, of course. And I think we'll build a little bridge of some sort to allow them to cross over and have this area to play as well. So I think it's a nice, like, it's a decent sized enclosure. And if we take a look at the reindeer, then you'll see that they require not too much space, 370 meters squared, and they can only be 3 to 12, up to 1 male, up to 11 females. So as much as I'd like to put, I mean, as funny as it would be, trying to maintain a consistent 9 reindeers would just take too much, like, away from the rest of our Let's Play, I think. So as funny as that would be, I think we'll stick to about, 3, 4, 5, something like that. And this should be more than enough room for all of them to run around and play. And what I might do is I might actually make that hard shelter be a little bit larger. And then, yeah, they can come around over here and play. And if we feel like we need more space, we can always give them a little bridge and extend them over this way as well. But I don't know, there's something about the overall shape. I like the fact that we were able to build a loop. That was another thing I was really worried about, is that I was worried how the loop would look and how it would function. But thankfully, because we can put down decorations and stuff, you can see the negative impact area is actually not even close to touching our pathing here. So guests will be able to go either up this way and end up here, and the only way back is through Aurora Borealis, or they'll go up that way, check out the doll sheep, and then hopefully continue down the loop. I'm pumped for that. I really am. I'm super excited. I hope you all enjoyed that time lapse too, because I know it's extra exciting when an animal gets added. But for me, I obviously love adding new animals and building their enclosures from scratch. But I also love when you kind of put the cherry, on top, and you just get those little finishing touches in. Really brings things together. And literally, in the case of this time lapse. But puns and jokes aside, one thing I did forget to do in that time lapse, and I just realized I did, was to apply our name over here. So we've got the red keep over here, and let me tell you, the restraint exhibited in the comments was amazing. So few of you took the bait on me asking what you thought about the season that does not exist. But let me tell you my opinion. Everything after season 4, not that great. Up to season 4, amazing. Anything afterwards, not that great. Season 8 was ultimate bad, but it was bad a lot sooner than season 8. There, that's me. Anyway, so we've got the name for the Red Keep, and there were some excellent suggestions for the pandas, like I said. Sorry, I should specify for the giant pandas. And the one I've gone with ultimately, I need to figure out exactly where to place it is the problem. Because we've got this down over here, which is nice. You can walk by it. Over here, you don't really see anything walking by apart for this floating tree over here, which now you can't even see that because it's not floating anymore. But you don't really see the walls over here. I guess when you come up to over here, you kind of get the wall. I guess we could put it down over here, right across over here maybe, or by the corner over here. I don't want it to dominate against this stuff is the thing from a aesthetic perspective. So we could put it down over here, use the small text, I think we'd have to. Or, oh, you know what? We could put it over there. Because, yeah, from over here you can see across, obviously. All right, cool, let's do that. Let's do that really quickly. I apologize again that this wasn't part of the time lapse, but I hope you all don't mind. Let's go with the large, I think, so you can see it from a distance. This, I mean, again, there were a lot of great suggestions, and honestly, that's part of my, I just love, one of my favorite things is to ask for name ideas and just seeing the genius that comes out. This was a hard pick, but the moment it was The moment I got to like think about it, I was like, oh, you know what? It kind of has to be, doesn't it? It kind of has to be. And I'll give you a moment to guess what it is as I type it out. But we're staying on theme, and I can't believe we're bringing A Song of Ice and Fire back. Let's do that. Let's say it's not a Game of Thrones reference as much as it's a Song of Ice and Fire reference. How about that? So go ahead and take your guess. So we've got castle. Now think about a panda. What does a panda look like? The next letter is going to reveal it, obviously. All right, castle B. I'm sure you can figure it out now. But yeah, so this was I couldn't resist, right? Couldn't resist. So castle black, of course. You know, we're familiar with castle black, but that obviously doesn't do the pandas justice. So we got to go with castle black and white. And I know I know it's like I can't help myself. I don't know. I need help. I need to get it checked. I can't help myself. Castle black and white. There it is, folks. There it is. Now I want to see if there's an ampersand. Fun fact, the ampersand is actually a combination of the letter E and the letter T for the French, like A or et, if you want to pronounce the T for some reason. So yeah, the French word for and became an ampersand. Now the funny thing actually is that I don't know about like French, but in Quebecois French, they don't use the ampersand, at least as far as my experience. I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, then somebody who knows better correct me. I don't live in Quebec, but based on my previous career and a lot of packaging design that I had to do, we always had to change the ampersands to something else for the French version. Yeah, little fun fact there for you. So castle, black, and white. I realize we need a capital W, otherwise it kind of breaks our rhythm here. There we go. I'm way too pleased with this. Let's go ahead and nudge you up like so. There we go. Move the ampersand over a little bit. Not into the stone. Over a little bit. Castle black and white. And I do wonder, I would make the word black, except you wouldn't be able to read it, I don't think. You know what, this, doesn't quite work. From a layout perspective, we gotta fix this. We gotta put it on one line, I think. Too bad, I was hoping for a little bit of dynamism there, but can't always get everything you want, right? There we go. Castle black and white, I can't believe it. We gotta lower that a little bit. The halfway split makes it a little bit harder to read, I find. That should do the trick. There we go. There we go. Castle black and white. I keep nuancing this until it's overdone. There we go. No, not okay. Last change, and then if I need to make more changes, I'll do them in a separate time lapse some other time. All right, that's it. So we've got castle black and white. I lied. I'm sorry. There we go. Done. We've got castle black and white, and we've got the red keep. And wow, did those names not end up unlike anything I would have suspected? We had all kinds of, on theme names, on brand names. We had like, Pandemonium, Panda Palace, Panda this. We had the Jade City for this. We went with Unforbidden City. That's the only, actually, the Unforbidden City is the only thing kind of that's on theme over here. That and the color red. To be fair, the Red Keep does have that tie-in. There were bamboo. There was so much. I can't believe we went with references to A Song of Ice and Fire instead. But hey, it is what it is. I love it. When I say I can't believe, I'm not saying that in like any negative fashion. I think it's quite fun. I love the little story we've built over here. Really a big fan of this. I'm glad we finally got to come up here and cap this off. All right, was that everything that I wanted to do before I hit play? We've got that naming taken care of. We've got this all taken care of. The orangutan's been fixed. Oh no, you know what I need to do still? I got some great name suggestions for our vendors over here as well. So we've got Street Fox Coffee and Missy Good. So Missy Good has got to be Missy Bad. I can't resist. One of my favorite jokes out of Aladdin. Can't help it. And Street Fox Coffee is Dalgona Coffee. So this Dalgona Coffee that's just come out or has just been popularized, never heard of it before, but y'all might have seen it. It's like super creamy looking whipped coffee on top of a bunch of milk or something. It's suddenly like taken over the internet or something, and then this suggestion just came through, and I was like, all right, you know what? Why not? It's topical. It's a pun. It works on many levels that please me, so let's do it. And I actually got another name suggestion that I really want to implement. I might need to put another drink station down, but I'll save that for later. that's the downside of getting name suggestions. I get so many good ones, it makes me want to just buy things for the sake of implementing the name suggestions. Okay. Enough me rambling about that stuff. I think it's time to hit play. We're going to keep an eye out on our animals. Jay Chandra, let's go ahead and call. Let's get you taken to quarantine as well. Not taking any chances. Shreya is being taken to quarantine. Yep. The elephants are having a vet visit. So we're going to see if everything works, what works and what doesn't work. And enrichment, don't worry about that. That's just because we haven't hit play yet. More vet research has been completed. That's always nice to see. What have we got? Red panda stuff and Himalayan brown bear stuff. And let's not forget, we're about to have some red panda babies. Super excited for that. And I do also need to remember to change Amelia Young. Let's get you researching our brand new animals. The doll sheep. Bam. There you go. And you know what? Seeing the 2 stars on one of them reminds me that I should probably take a look at my staff. Well, let's check our mechanical research that we completed there. But what I was getting at was I should look at my staff, I should look at the star ratings, and I should just go through and pump up some upgrades. Again, it makes such a big difference in our efficiency. You can see some of the like high workloads here and there. Ooh, hey, I didn't notice that visual change before. The little green star to let you know that they're being trained up. Yeah, pretty soon we're going to be back to having a full 5-star staff. That 5 times real fast. There we go, there we go. Good enough. Yeah, sure. That's no. Couple more. Just a little bit. There. Okay, fine. Done. That's it. More to do. There's more to do. What else is there to do? There is work zones. I think we're good actually, but I just want to check to make sure. Yeah, we did all that last time. Cool. And crime is the last thing I wanted to check. Yep. Not surprised. Not surprised. Guests are overall pretty happy. Thirst is kind of a problem. Thirst, energy, everything's kind of becoming a bit of a problem. I want to check in on this stuff. We've been doing better before, but these are lower than I would have expected. I want to keep an eye on these. Good to know. How are the polar bears still the most appealing? How can you say the polar bears are most appealing and still they bring no crowds in? That doesn't make any sense to me. Release 1 giant panda to the wild. We'll see. Remove protesters. Have no protesters for 2 months. Has it been 8 months? Is that what this number is telling me? And increase education rating. That can wait. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and say hi to a couple people, and then we can hit play and take a look at how the zoo progresses. I'm feeling a lot less nervous now, thanks to the fact that we didn't have any deaths or anything last session. So I'm feeling a lot better about being able to stay on top of stuff. But I will still every once in a while do a panicked double check. Let's go ahead and unpause. The thing I'm most looking forward to seeing is how people interact with this new area. And as soon as some of these alerts are gone, as soon as some of these animals have been taken care of, I'm going to go ahead and focus on another loop that I want to complete. We have a keeper here, but we need a vet to take them to quarantine, maybe? Or is that caretaker going to do it? Ratu has had offspring. Oh, you know what? I just realized. Again, the alerts have been moved to the timeline for some reason, but I'm pretty sure... Yeah, animals are fighting due to overcrowding the Komodo dragons. So there's a couple things going on. So you're being boxed up and being taken away. All right, we'll keep an eye out on Shreya. But as that's happening over here, our Komodo dragons... I think we keep the original pair still. Hold on. Do we get a new one named Buddy? Booty. Animal trading. Sorry, zoo I meant. Over to our animals. And over to the Komodo dragon. Oh, there it is. Ooh, Yingtai is expecting offspring. Nice. Okay, so we've got... Let's do it by maturity here. Yeah, I should have labeled them nice and early. You're the male, and you are the... Hold on. Hold on. It's mother and father. I keep doing this. Or rather, mother and dad? Mom and dad, I guess? Jeez, I keep doing that. Okay. Everybody else is a problem. All the other males are a problem, right? And this next batch is all males. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and send all of you to the trade center. Stop the inbreeding over here as well. Stop. Oh, that was a cute head turn. I love how the heads move on these animals. Okay, stop. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. These better be platonic cuddles. Stop it. There we go. Let's get away from your sibling and or parent. Oh, wow. Look at these crowds, though. Wild. What's the deal here? Animals thirsty. Quarantine pass. So your quarantine has been passed, but the welfare is still low. Okay. People have said once quarantine passes, they're safe to be moved back. So let's experiment with that. Back to the Ivory Palace. We'll keep an eye out on you. That's Syra. Shreya is still thirsty. Where are we? Stressed animals. Syra's on her way back. Wouldn't call a vet over here. Okay, Chandra is in the trade center. Okay. Let's see. What am I looking for here? I'm looking for the orangutan. Some of the animals have been taken care of. I've got Shreya in here as well, right? Shreya's in quarantine. Quarantine passed. Yep. Welfare is still low. Oh, Jay Chandra's here as well. Alright, well, let's try this. So, Shreya, let's move you over to Crash Corner. Okay, and then Jay Chandra, let's move you over to Orangutan. These names. Cool. Quarantine passed just in time. Oh, right, I forgot to delete these. Oops. It's these floating constructs. Yeah, those weren't working too well. Just from an animation perspective, they weren't working very nicely, so this will do the trick. Alright. Getting a vet in here. Rhea's still dehydrated. I want to see what happens when she gets unpacked from the box. If I need to call a vet. It doesn't say severely dehydrated. Thought it did before. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Inspector arriving in 10 months. It's going to be our worst inspection yet, isn't it? Okay, there's Shreya, and she says she's still dehydrated. Okay, so let's... Oh, no, she's not. Okay. Okay, so the cycle needs to be completed. The other thing that was suggested as a test was... Let's go ahead and test this with Alia here. Was to box them. And then to unbox them. That did not work, okay. The vet in here. Seized animal discovered. Vet is coming. Jahanvi. Jahanvi has had issues a couple times. Alright, well, at least the quarantine cycle is working. Again, that's, you know, that's giving me some degree of comfort. Power source requires repair. Well, let's go ahead and repair it then. But yeah, that's giving me some degree of comfort, because then I know at least that we can, in a worst case scenario, we can get the quarantine cycle doing the job. All right, cool. So we'll come back here in a second, because actually the loop I want to complete is in that area anyway. I just want to take a quick look and see if people are coming up over here. Well, the keeper is wandering. Fair enough. I could add some more doll sheep. I could take a look and see. Oh, it's so cool to see them run. Oh, look at them go. And you know what? I just realized on the topic of run, let's make sure they're not able to escape. Oh, would you look at that? They are. Right. Let's go ahead and make you out of wood as well. It is wild how steep a height they can climb, isn't it? That's their thing, though. That's their thing. Okay, let's undo that. can't move you a little bit closer instead? Come on. Move you a little bit closer to the edge. And what I can do is I can get the rock faces like I've got on this side over to this side as well. And pull these over. Not the trees, just these. There we go. And just shape this appropriately. Oops. There we go. Hopefully this will prevent any incidents. Dangerous animals escaped. It's okay. We have a couple of other escape points, right? So just use one of the other ones while I'm working on this one. They are little troublemakers, aren't they? Little troublemakers. There we go. Just gotta upgrade this. I'm like, I know I'm not paying attention to the dangerous animal escape, but let them have... Okay, animal severely dehydrated. That's a problem. Take you to quarantine. Okay. And looks like our escaped animal has returned. Which is part of the reason why I'm like, it's fine. It's a sheep. No one's gonna die. Unless they challenge the sheep. I can't imagine being headbutt by one of those rams. Come on now, give me the terrain. There we go. Just want to smooth this out. Oh no, Jackson, no. Ah, alright, we're gonna lose another one. The wolves are saying goodbye. We're gonna have to get some new wolves soon, I think. There we go. Arrived in time. Oh, among the flowers. Ah, and the food. Among the flowers and the food. Died doing what he loves, I guess. I should get a vet in here. If I can find Jackson again. There we go. Oh, why are they... They should not be twitching. At least it's all of old age. At least it's not of, like, starvation or famine. Wait, famine, starvation. That's the same thing. Starvation or thirst. Well, I was looking for a different word. All right, back to the doll sheep. Because they have more escape points. I could just find one. There you are. Camouflaging pretty well, actually. And let's take a look. So the escape point is down there. There's a couple up over here and over here. And up over here, really. Those should not count as escape points. Oh, I know why. It's because of the shape of the habitat. Like of the barriers, I mean. I should probably be able to do... Yeah. So if I move this back this way... Where are we? You go over to there, and then you go there, and then it comes up over here. Oh, actually, this should not count as an escape. Neither should any... None of this should count as an escape. What is it? Why is it seeing that as an escape? That's weird, actually. Walkable escape point. That's not an escape point. That's a useless warning. This is also, I don't think, an escape point. So I could do this kind of a thing. Just to block this off a little bit more. I don't like the snowy one. I don't like the snowy one. I prefer these regular looking ones. There we go. Let's see if that does the trick. Where are you? There you are. Whoa, I did not know they could jump like that. That was weird. Doesn't look like they're supposed to be able to jump like that. Okay, yeah, we've got this blocked off. Dangerous animal has escaped. Gee, I wonder which one. I mean, to be fair, it could be the orangutan. I should really check. Okay, hold on. Let me just put this down. I don't think the orangutan can escape anymore, but I haven't tested my my edits there yet. Disease animal discovered. Yeah, it looks like the escape is over. Cool. Okay, let's go back to fixing this. With the notifications, they just don't stop, do they? There we go. Alia's ready to leave quarantine. This is kind of silly that I have to send them in, but it's okay. As long as there's a solution. Oh, golden hour. I'm really happy with this. You there. Stop running so I can click on you. Oh, look at that. Like, doing the full loop, not caring at all about ups and downs. I love it. I love it. I'm really happy with this. And it looks like the game understands that this is not an escape, so that's good. And these haven't been used yet either. So I guess it wouldn't hurt to do something like this. I guess it's a matter of if, not, or rather when, not if. Almost said the exact opposite of what that saying's supposed to mean. There we go. So we can do this kind of a thing. Down a bit more. Come on now. Something like that. And then another step down as well. That should prevent them from escaping this way. I don't imagine they can hop through the gap there, but we'll find out just to be sure. Yeah, there we go. That's that taken care of. I might want to actually make this a little bit prettier. I don't like how that looks. Go ahead and pop you down over here. There we go. Looks like it actually belongs. All right, so that should be that taken care of. Yeah, nice. Oh, Jasmine, no. Oh. Get a quarantine. Oh yeah, you're done. Let's move you back to the Ivory Palace. The Jasmine being taken to quarantine. Yep. Kadek, let's get you maybe as well. They seem to be drinking, just slower, but they do seem to be drinking. Protesters have arrived. What are you protesting, Jasmine? What do you want? What do you want? You want these animals to be watered and fed? Funny you should say that, so do I. Okay, people are arriving here. We are getting guests over here. This escape route looks like it's not counting as an escape route either, which is good. It shouldn't. Good stuff. And we do have people here. Gotta get some lighting in here as well, don't I? Mount Denali. Good stuff, good stuff. I don't know, these opinions seem a lot more negative than I would have expected, if I'm completely honest, when I'm looking at it on this screen. Oh, 1 month ago, 3 months ago, how long have you been at this zoo? Okay, so you're gonna get stuck there. And let's make sure we have education happening over here. Right, both with that and the speaker. Darn, they got away. They got away. They got away from learning. It's okay. Let's go ahead and get this donation bin up over here as well. Cool. Alia is about to have offspring. More baby elephants en route. That's good. Jasmine, are you being taken care of here? Think so. Yeah, she's being carried back. Okay, good. Good stuff, good stuff. Just in time. Just in time. Now, we do have to do a lighting pass on at Mount Denali, but I'll save that for another time. Oh, man. I want to see the sunrise. Just really liking the overall look of this entire section. Just loving it. Now y'all are still viewing over here. Toilet Block 12 is free. I'm glad you're happy about that. Keeper arriving. I want to hear their thoughts on the views over here. And if they dropped any donations. Nothing yet. I think they would have dropped the donation here had I been a little bit faster on... or over there, sorry. I was a little bit quicker at getting the education board and stuff set up. Not gonna go down that way. They should get another doll sheep, so that one has company. Fair enough. I don't disagree. I was going to do that, then I got distracted by my dying animals. I'm sorry. Amka is about to inbreed. That is unacceptable. No, 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 no. Stopped that just in time, I think. Hey, hang on a second, though. What is, how many animals do we have in this enclosure? Oh, yeah. I should probably get Amka out of here. Yeah, I should probably do that. 8.1 years old. Solid genetics. Really good genes, actually. Where is the mum? Where's her other polar bear? Oh, there we go. Again, that camouflage beating me out. Wow, you know what? Amka actually has better genes than I would have expected. I'm kind of tempted to keep her and get a new male. She's young, good genes. You know what? I kind of want to do that. Is it time for Okarnit and Kimik to go? Maybe. Let's take a look at what polar bears are available. Because if we can find a suitable high genetic quality mate, I think I do want to do that. All right, we need a male. No real options, eh? No real options. Wow. Well, all right. I mean, if you were to mate with Amka, we could counteract that longevity. Tempting, isn't it? Versus Kimik and... Oh, the variance is narrower, though. Okay, fine. You know what? I guess Amka has to go. Where are you? There you are. Let's go ahead and send you to the trade center. Or we could release you to the wild. 919 conservation credits. Probably a good idea. Good for the world. But with genes like this, like we've discussed previously, genetics that good, we can send it so that another zoo can have them and make more better polar bears for the world. So to the trade center you go, and hopefully we'll get some new babies. Oh, yes. Swim times. Yes, yes. Have fun. Good stuff. They do need to make some more babies, though. I'm a little concerned about that. Ooh, Yingtai's about to have babies. I need to keep an eye out for fights as well. Facility broken down. That's been happening a lot recently as well. Facilities breaking down, I mean. Yeah, let's get you back into the Ivory Palace. Please and thank you. And let's take a look at our baby panda, because baby pandas are adorable. Where are we? Where are you? Where's a baby panda? Just in time. Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. Oh my god, I'm so glad I zoomed in so close by mistake. Just so floofy. Just so adorable. And then we've got the red pandas over here, obviously. Clearly still able to navigate. That's our baby. These are our babies. We have our baby red pandas. So glad I came to check. Must have missed the notification. Look at the concentration. That can only mean one thing. Look at the concentration. Yep. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, they're just so cute. I wonder if... Okay, this is going to sound strange, but I wonder if the developers actually modeled different kinds of, like, droppings for the different animals. Because different animals have very different types of droppings, right? Like, herbivores will typically have, like, condensed pellet-type poops. Some animals have square poop. I think... Is it deer? I forget which animal has square droppings, but... Like, different animals have very different types of droppings. I'm just curious. It's nice to see, you know, a couple people coming up over here as well. And hopefully not dropping donations. No, why not? Oh, it's February. So you know what? They might have but the year might have transferred over. And of course, there's the baby panda as well. Drawing a bit of a crowd, hopefully. Come on, I want to know your opinions. You're hungry and you're thirsty, so you're not impressed by the view of this giant panda? Are you serious? You were up here, and the baby and the... What? How? Man. Oh, you managed to get away, did you? Alright, let's get you back. What do I do with these kids? There we go. That down there, and we gotta move this toy back in as well. It got knocked in to the water. There we go. Good stuff. Alright, back to checking on the doll sheep again. I just want to see to make sure they're getting some love. Inspector has arrived. It's been 10 months already. Are you kidding me? Are they getting love? Not yet. Not yet. Well, let's go and take a look at animal trading again. And I was hoping to get more doll sheep. Female doll sheep specifically. It would be under D. Okay, you can't escape now. How did you escape? Where did you escape to? Did I mistakenly put a gap down here? No, we're pretty sealed up. Did you climb the tree and make your way over? I mean, I gotta give points for that. That's clever. I need to keep an eye out on that, though. Annika's about to mature. Alright, that's another Bengal tiger with good genes. Back on task, though. I said I wanted to build another loop over here. Let's see if we can. This is the loop that we discussed a couple of episodes ago. Many episodes ago, actually. I want to see if we can't actually build it. Now, it looks like people are using this area just fine. I mean, actually, look at this crowd. That is... Oh my god, look at this crowd. This is the best our elephants have done. This man. Just sitting in the trash. Just chilling. Hey, you do you, right? Whatever makes you happy. Wow, this is, yes, extremely crowded. This is wonderful. I'm so glad to see the elephants finally getting the attention they deserve. It's only March and some of these donation bins have thousands of donations. Wonderful. Wow, that's really wonderful. What's the deal over here? Not so much. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. And over here, for the rhinos... No, this is still for the elephants. There's me getting lost again in my own zoo. Took a wrong turn somewhere. There we go. The rhinos, how are the rhinos doing? They've got a bit of a crowd as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do. Nice. Nice. Not as financially beneficial as the elephants, maybe. Okay, so you're tired. Now, if you're tired, you know what? Let's go ahead and put some benches down and see if people won't interact with them. Because to be fair, this entire area does not have any benches. And I should probably have quite a few more benches. Wow, okay. You know what? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Let's go ahead and get some benches. Don't walk through my elephant sculpture. Facilities. Benches. Indian style benches. They're so gaudy. I wish they went with a more... I wish it was like one gaudy one, fair, because like it's fine. I'm not going to say this doesn't work aesthetically. I just wish that they also had one that was, you know, a little bit more toned down for everything. Every one of these, except for the New World ones, every one of these is like, it's either overdone or there is no option that fits the theme. We've got one bench there. Let's go ahead and add a bench over here. Or you know what? Let's go ahead and add one over here. One over here. Add another one over here. And another one over here. I'd like to get one down here as well. If I could just see through the trees. No? Yes, maybe so. There we go. Okay, okay. One over here. And another one over here. Cool. I wonder how I feel about blocking the viewpoints. Don't think it's the end of the world. Move you over here. Move you over there. I might rearrange some of that. But for now, let's see if that helps us a little bit. Because guests, again, when they're tired, if they have a spot to sit, then they'll keep shopping, and that's what we want, right? Got a lot of people over here as well. Okay, you're tired, you're hungry, you're thirsty. Good. So that means you're going over here to get some of everything, hopefully. Let's go ahead and hit play. I want to see the stuff in action, right? It's good to see so many details. Okay. Yes, it is in fact the tree. Okay, get back here. Back here, you troublemaker. All right, these trees need to be moved. The previous baby panda was not causing this much trouble. Oh, and this is not just the baby either. This is both of them. This is both of them. Okay, let's do that. I'd like to keep the trees in this corner because it's a nice look, but obviously not if it keeps resulting in escapes. More vet research complete. I'll take a look at that later. For now, I want to get on task over here. So the hope is that by putting a path over here, guests will maybe go up to Bagraba a bit more. I don't know if it's going to work out. I want to make sure it looks nice as well, obviously, and I do want to keep pause for that. Let's see, how do we go about doing this? That is not how we go about doing this. We do that, and then we could kind of rotate like this. We'll have to flatten the terrain. No, we can't flatten the terrain over here. Okay. What if I raise you up a little bit? Right? Do something like this. No angle snap, so we can get it to move a bit more smoothly. Right? Like so. We gotta go up now. Gotta go through tunneling as well. I don't like tunneling. It does that ugly gaping like holes. That's definitely silly looking. Undo that. Let's see if we can't start from this side. Okay, let's go out this way. And then down. Nah, it won't let me. Fine, if we keep going straight out then. Back that up a little bit more. And then here, it won't let me get all the way down, will it? Right, gotta turn that angle snap back on. Yeah, no, it won't. Won't even let me do that. Great. Suspended in the air. What difference does it make? There we go. Okay, so we can kind of do this. I don't... Not the neatest looking is the thing. Okay, let's go down a step, and then... There. That I'm fine with. Kind of. We'll need to repair this, though, obviously. This is a hot mess. Don't know how exactly to go about repairing this. A giant gaping hole. It's like, do I just kind of replicate this and spread it out a bit more? Build more of an exit over here? Do I put down rocks like we have on the other side of Bagraba? Make it more a part of Bagraba than the temple? Could do that. Let's see how that would look, right? We're gonna do this. Put you over, and again, the whole intent here is to try and get guests to travel our zoo a bit more, and explore some of these interesting experiences we've built for them. Because the thing is that they're often going halfway and then turning around and pulling back. Sorry, I'm going to say halfway. I mean, they're often going halfway to the experience and then turning around and pulling back. Whereas I think by doing this, as per your suggestions in the comments, by doing this, we should be able to see more activity in some of these interesting spots we've built for them. And it'd just be nice to have. It'd just be nice to have. Now, if this doesn't end up working, we can always undo this loop. And if it does end up working, what I want to do is I want to come back here at a later time and make this look neater, because honestly right now it kind of looks very garbage. Not very pleased with it. And I would like it to look a lot nicer. Obviously we'll have to move the benches and stuff as well. But I don't want to dedicate too much time to this right now if it ends up not working at all, right? And many of y'all have said it's going to work, and I trust you, don't worry. It's not that I don't believe you, obviously. It's just that I want to see if in this specific case, because there's always variables, right? There's always variables, and I want to make sure that in this specific case with these specific variables, it does work, and then we'll dedicate the time to making this area look a little bit prettier. And by a little bit, I mean a lot prettier, hopefully. Because yeah, I'm not having it right now. This is not nice. Or maybe it is. No, it's not. It could look a lot better. Let's put it that way. If we want to be soft about it. Actually, I want to mention really quickly, a lot of you in the comments really give me some great feedback, and I just want to reassure you that you should never shy away from giving me feedback. Never be worried that I'm going to be offended or hurt or anything like that. I understand why there's a bit of caution when giving feedback, and I totally appreciate it, because some people do get upset. But I just wanted to let y'all know, I wanted to reassure you that if you have some thoughts that you want to share, go for it. As long as you're not, like, needlessly cruel. I've never had any issue with receiving feedback. Again, it's a part of my former career, right? So it's, if I didn't have a thick skin, that wouldn't have got very far there. But I would say, yeah, the only reason I bring this up is because I noticed a couple of you in the previous episodes comments just apologizing, and that's cool. Like I'm not calling you out or anything. I'm just saying, like, hey, it's totally all right. You're not being mean. You're not being rude. Don't ever worry about any of that. I just want to make sure that's clear, so that if you haven't seen my reply to your comment saying, hey, it's not rude at all, I just wanted to make sure it was known that it is not rude. I welcome the feedback. And it's very important. It's a very important distinction between constructive criticism and people being rude. It's a very important difference, and a lot of people don't know the difference. I'm very pleased to say this community clearly does, and I mention it often. I'm very proud of our community. I think it's one of the nicest I've ever been a part of, especially on the internet. So yeah, I just wanted to express my thanks once again. I think it's super cool. I think it's super cool. All right, I'm already spending too much time on this before seeing if this works. I can't help myself. Okay, one last thing, and then we'll just let time move forward a little bit and see if it actually works out, or we do any more. And if we do any more, then it won't be next session, because next session again we want to add a new animal, but it'll be in the near-ish future, because I can only keep this looking incomplete for so long before I start to cry myself to sleep. There we go. We'll try that. We'll see if that works. It looks almost like an ear, except obviously the ear is up there, but it is what it is. Wow, that unpause happened real fast. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and see if this works. And actually, I should have, before I unpaused, I should have got some trash cans up here. Because, say it with me, people are animals. There we go. There we go. At least in this game. Don't get me wrong. Multiple animals have low welfare. We'll hopefully solve that in a moment. Gotta adjust my personal low welfare right now, seeing these trees pushing through. There we go. We can already see the effects over here. Now, this direction I expected the movement to take place. I want to see the movement in the other direction. People coming through Bagraba. I imagine the Titan beetle is a big part of the low welfare. Cushy's about to have offspring. More baby elephants. Sounds good to me. I'm never going to complain about a bigger parade of elephants. Yeah, see, I knew it. The Titan beetle. And it looks like part of it is also an unclean exhibit, but it looks like people are coming through to take care of that right now. Couple of males, couple of... We need older females than that. Or, sorry, younger females, not older. There we go. Everybody else at the trade center. Good stuff. Cleaned. Beautiful. Any dehydration? Nothing too severe. Wait, what just popped up? Red 5 is thirsty. Oh. They're climbing up here. How is there not, like, an insane crowd up here right now? If I knew a place had baby red pandas... Oh, good. The donation's still flowing through. That's nice. So bitty. So tiny. Just want them to come over here. In fact, sorry, let me check real quick. Yeah, they're able to get over here. I just want to see them there. Is that so much to ask? I also want to see them using the rope bridge. Because, yeah, it does work now. But I guess they just have so much room to play. They're just busy playing with other stuff. Can't blame them. It's a fun space. I wouldn't mind living in a space like that. Have my own personal trebuchet. Alright, back on topic. The topic that I keep swaying away from. The doll sheep. More females. So let's filter by female, please. Ooh, albino. Terrible genetics. 10,000. Not happening. Westworld. I'm like applauding in my head. That's okay. It's all yellows, but we'll make it work. Emberly. Winona. Last name Ryder. I could... Yeah, fertility's kind of low, but not terrible. But why go with Winona when we could go with Zaire? Slightly smaller size, but let's do it. Let's do it, and then let's go ahead. Our inspection's going to go terribly, isn't it? So many unhappy animals. Take you to quarantine. Okay, what else is wrong? Iron. Yep, hydration, take you to quarantine. The beetles, are they also not drinking? No, okay, they just had a dirty enclosure. Alright, where was I? So the doll sheep, we want to move them to something from the trade center. Get the doll sheep, there we go. Right, of course. They have to be in here for now. Where are we? Species name, please. D for doll sheep. There we go. Move you to quarantine. Thankfully, we have a quarantine nearby. Come on now. And a trade center. That's from last time, isn't it? Come on now. There we go. Quarantine for you. And one more. Zaire. Move you to quarantine as well. Come on. There we go. These icons have always had hitboxes that were far too small, in my humble opinion. Vet research is complete. I assume part of that is with the doll sheep. No, it's the red panda. Cool. I guess Amelia Young is doing the doll sheep, and that's 2 stars. Arctic theme, South America theme, all completed. Done. Cool. Sure. Why not? Why not? What do we got going on over here? More thirsty animals. Yeah, see, the Komodo dragons and the crocs, they end up drinking, so we're fine there. It's the rhinos and the elephants that seem to be having the issues. No crowds over here, eh? Too far a walk, potentially? Once we get the reindeers, we should definitely see more crowds over here. Then this area will be as densely packed as anything else. But look at that. It's really cool, actually, seeing it start to take shape. It's pretty cool. Dangerous animal has escaped. Oh, that's actually dangerous. How did you get out of there? How did you get up there? Oh, look at this crowd leaving. I mean, I don't blame them. It's a bear. Did they seriously? The trees are now more climbable, I guess. Fair enough. Oh, it's terrible. It's been captured. It's been captured. You don't have to keep running. That's bad. That's really bad. I'm glad the inspector didn't see that. That would have been real bad. And hopefully our animals will pass their quarantine soon and we can drop them in here and we'll have a nicer, bigger crowd. And hopefully people will start coming through. Oh, of course it's got to start raining. Of course it's got to start raining. At least there's places to take cover up there. And how is this loop doing? Not this loop. That's not a loop. This loop over here. I mean, people are using it. I guess the crowd is moving to Southeast Asia from here more so than they are back to... Well, actually, both directions lead to Southeast Asia. I guess this is maybe the most crowded the space has been. Quite potentially. Getting some donations for the giant forest scorpion. That's nice. Yeah, you can come out from over here. I'm liking how this is looking and feeling. Yeah, we're getting more people coming up. Good stuff. What are your issues? You're hungry. Well, I mean, hey, you'll be happy to know there's food to be bought in there. Heading to Tiga Masala. I forgot about this name. Oh my. The eye of the tiger. Oh, there's our Tiga Masala. Cat's fantastic. And holy cow, milkshakes. Oh my god. I'm so pleased. This is good, actually. I completely forgot that people will have easier access to food and drink and stuff as a result of this connection, too. Yeah, that's good. All right, cool. Cool. That's good. That's good. I should have done this way back when I was first contemplating it. All right, quarantine has been passed for Arin as well as Emberly. Zaire is still in quarantine. Or... Okay, there's a lot going on. So first of all, 5. Let's move you to... Where am I? It's so dark I can barely tell. Ariel Grotto. It's nighttime and it's raining. Yikes. There we go. The red key. Over you go. Done. Then we have Arin. Our rhino needs to be moved to Crash Corner. Done. Excellent. And then our 2 doll sheep. If I could just select them. There we go. They both need to be moved over to Mount Denali. There we go. Done. Okay, cool. Awesome. Hopefully the sun will come up. I do need to get some lighting done over here as well. We'll do a lighting pass eventually, but we definitely need to get that done soon because it is pitch black over here. And I feel like we could do a really nice job of lighting this area up. It's like the mountains are always nice to see. Kind of lit up. Think of it like a... Oh yeah, there we go. It's a quick lighting job there. We could obviously rotate that. Have it light up the actual ground as well. Oh, inbreeding antelopes. Stop it. Stop it. No. Stop. Done. I need to do a little bit of animal management next session, I think. Searless is still good. Getting kind of old. A little wounded as well. You can see the scars. But we need to figure this out. His progeny are all with good genetics, so at least we have that going for us, which is nice. But we do need to do a bit of animal management. I think enrichment is looking good across the board, but just genetics and all that kind of stuff needs to be taken care of, I think. Go ahead and drop you down here, but darken you a little bit. A bit bright. A little darker, maybe. There we go. And put one down over here as well. Raise that a touch. There we go. Nothing too crazy, nice and subtle again. Matches the subtlety of the area as a whole, I think. And then we can also get, of course, the sign lit up, and we can use one of these to do that. There we go. And again, not too bright. We want to go a little bit darker than that. Beautiful. And let's just adjust this. A little bit like that. A little bit higher, maybe. Let's actually maybe put it down to this one. There we go. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. Those are weird jumps, man. Weird jumps. But yeah, I think that's feeling pretty good. Got nice entrance. Nice and dark. Oh, look at the night sky as well. Oh, even in the dark, this is... I mean... I like this a lot. I'm very pleased with this. And you come through. It's a little dark over here. But I kind of like that. You're like... He's got just enough lighting over here to let you know where you're going. You're not going to just, like, you know, knock your knee into the table or anything, but it's like almost like a romantic spot to have a little picnic dinner. From Dalgona Coffee and Missy Bad. Takes on a slightly different meaning, I guess. But yeah, I'm really liking this spot. I don't know if I want to overdo or do anything else to the lighting. You know what I could do, actually? One thing I could do is just get a little bit more light over here. As they jump onto the glass there. There we go. This is what I wanted. Just a little bit of lighting over here. Maybe a bit higher. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Hang on. Try this. There. Just like when they're drinking. Make it a bit darker though. There we go. And that's pretty cool. It's completely freely walking across the glass roof. That is pretty cool. Look at that. Leaps and bounds. They're just so eagerly running. I'm really enjoying their addition to the zoo. They're quite the fun animal. Quite the fun animal. And look at that. That fiery sky. With one animal over there. Just chilling. Sorry, I'm getting distracted over here. I'm just super pleased with how this enclosure looks, and seeing them actually use this space as well is quite nice. Beautiful sky. Anyway, folks, this is actually where I'm going to call it a session. Really happy with what we've accomplished today with that. It looks like our thirsting situation is, you know, solved-ish. We found a solution for it. Our inspection is going better than I would have expected, so that's good. And next session, I just got to figure out, right, okay, we're doing the pangolin next session. So we know what we're doing next session. And then after that, we'll do the reindeers. And then I got to figure out between the bears and the monkeys. And for that, I will turn to you. For now, though, folks, I'm going to call it a session. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. You keep us alive and running smoothly. And a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.